Greetings, bonjour, habari, dumelang bagetso, dumelang Africa, dumelang Botswana, and the rest of the world. I am your co-host, Karabo, and this is the Proactive PR and Lifestyle Podcast. Now, before I do anything else, ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity to acknowledge the sponsors and partners of Proactive PR and Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you, Julie's Security Services. Thank you, Nexus TerraVision. And thank you, Nora Cosmetics. I'm very excited to have you on my community. I'm very excited to be on your screens. I'm very excited to to have an interaction with you guys. Talking about brands, brand positioning, communications, lifestyle events, food, travel, fashion, you name it all. On this couch, we will have conversations about communication. All right, you got that right? Conversation about communication. That's what we intend to bring to you. Authenticity of brand visibility and brand positioning of local brands, of regional African brands, as well as international brands, partnerships and collaborations thereof. Okay, so on this first episode, we got to sit down with two magnificent local beauty brands that are operated or ran by very young, powerful, and gifted women. Okay, these are Nora Cosmetics as well as Neo Beauty. Now, this is how we're going to do it. We are going to roll out my two interviews with the brands, the interviews I had with them on separate occasions. In these interviews, we get to learn about the inception of their businesses. We get to learn a little bit more about their personalities and how they have embraced their personalities into their businesses and where they are at right now in terms of brand positioning, marketing, and advertising. That type of strategy rollout plan. That's what we are going to be discussing. That's what we are going to be auditing as PR specialists. I will not be by myself today. I have a guest who will be with me today, and her name is Miss Katlego Gaborone. Katlego Gaborone has worked for one of the biggest retailers in the country, and she worked there as a head of marketing. Now, this is somebody who has extensive experience in the field, and she is the right person to be dissecting brand positioning, brand imagery of Nora Cosmetics, as well as Neo Beauty. Let's hear from our esteemed guest here today, Miss Katlego Gaborone. Stella, please reintroduce yourself to my guest.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you
I'm so
here.
happy to be here. I'm
Yes.
so happy to be here. My name is Katlego Gaborone. I am an avid marketeer. I consider myself a multi-hyphenate of sorts. I am within the creative space as well. I run a consultancy called Kolo Consultants. Yes. We are a sustainable marketing consultancy. Very proud to work with local and I'm all about marketing and have been in the industry for about 14 years now.
14 years, yes.
Yeah.
We both have plus minus 14 years work experience within this industry. And I'm so happy that with this project, I've chosen to collaborate on this episode with you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not only about you as Katlego, this is also about Kolo Consultants, which is your baby.
My baby.
So, and we would like to encourage more local brands, to follow suit, guys. Let's work together. There's absolutely nothing wrong in working together, even if you are from the same industry.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to think the two case studies that we have here on today, which is Nora Cosmetics as well as Neo Beauty, they have both leveraged from one another somehow. Mm-hmm. It may not have been directly, but subconsciously it so happens that, this person can do it, let me study how they started. How did they get introduced into the business of beauty? And let me then see, what I can do for myself. Now,
Definitely.
as I had said, I had visited both ladies separately, and I got to sit down with both of them. And I will say, one may think, Bana, this is just beauty and marketing is marketing, PR is PR. Hey, what's brand positioning? Hey, what's this? Guys, there's a lot into this. There's a lot of work put into this. There's a lot of thought put into this. There's a lot of intention put into this. Now, Katlego had the opportunity to have a glimpse of the raw footage of these interviews.
Yeah.
Hence, she's here to dissect, the two brands and how the owners of the brands have managed to brand position themselves separately from their brands, and also where their brands are sitting right now, the influence that their brands have been drawing from outside, whether local or international, and the inception of their brands. Now, before we get into that, let's have a look at my interview with Nora Cosmetics. Miss Nora,
Yes.
how's things going?
Things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good. I can't complain.
Okay.
I think if I wanted to, I would complain.
That's good.
But I've decided I don't want to complain.
As much as I know you, as a friend, as an acquaintance, but there are also other things about you
Yeah.
that I'm yet to learn. And I'm
Yeah.
happy that this platform, has brought me to that.
Right.
So, give us more about the establishment, the inception of your business. In many occasions, you have spoken about the business. You've spoken about yourself as a businesswoman. However, we live in a society and a business community where I still feel like there is lack of knowledge and lack of information pertaining to public relations, marketing,
Absolutely.
and branding. And
Yeah.
you have established yourself as one of the most aggressive marketing brands locally.
Yes.
So now let's get into it, Mama. When was the inception of Nora Cosmetics?
Okay, Nora Cosmetics was launched officially in September 2016. But I always talk about the behind the scenes because, people just get to see the product, but they don't know that I worked on this product
Yes.
for 2 full years. So for me, Nora Cosmetics' inception was in 2014. That day when I decided, I was selling a brand from Ghana. Okay, so I've always loved everything beautiful. Like beauty has always been in my DNA because the people here were loving the product.
Yeah.
And then one day I just asked myself a question: why can't I do this for myself?
And I remember your first product back then was only a foundation, if I'm not mistaken.
The cream to powder foundation.
Yeah,
The famous cream to
I
powder
remember
foundation.
very, very
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I remember at first when it came, we were all kind of like, okay, what is she trying? This is
Yeah.
Botswana. And I would like to thank the people that you looked up to
Yeah.
back then who had a makeup brand.
Yeah.
Within Southern Africa, you're looking at the likes of Basetsana Kumalo. She had her range of Basi makeup.
Yes.
Connie Ferguson, I think at that
Absolutely.
time,
Yeah.
she also had a range of makeup.
Yeah.
And then go East Africa, you're looking at somebody like Iman.
Yeah.
She had her range of makeup, but Botswana, you are literally the first.
The first.
And you were very young.
I was.
You know-
If in fact, when you say that, you were looking and thinking, what is she trying to do?
Yeah.
The truth is that I was also asking myself, what am I trying to do? Who am I even to start a makeup
Exactly,
brand?
yeah.
Okay, the person who really inspired me to start it is the person from the guy from Ghana, the one I was distributing his product, because I would ask questions and I would get to know that, okay, they go through struggles.
Yeah.
This is what they get to go through. So he's really the one that really inspired me. I just said to myself, listen, if he can do it, I can definitely do it as well. We're Africans, you know, and for me, it wasn't even a thing of I'm going to fail. For me, it was I want to produce a product that will best suit our color. And I was fascinated by that. Like, how come anyone ever thought of doing a makeup brand for women of African descent?
Yeah.
And that was my question. I was like, that's a gap right there.
Particularly within Southern Africa,
Yes.
you know, where the temperatures are so complex. And Botswana gets really
Exactly.
hot.
Exactly.
You know, you can literally have 2 tones of color in a year.
In fact, even just right
Living
now,
here.
you would, like for now, you find that here I'm very dark,
Yeah.
and then in here somewhere I'm light. So usually even if when I use my foundation, sometimes I'll have to use 2 shades because it is ridiculously hot. And
It is,
when
yeah.
I did this brand, I had that into consideration. I had to tell them that, guys, they don't even apply sunscreen back in my country. So you better make sure that sunscreen is one of the ingredients in
Yeah.
this thing. You know, and that's why most of the time the women will be like, I applied your product and I'm turning lighter. And I'm like, yeah, babes, that's actually your color, just that
Yeah.
you're darker because you don't apply sunscreen.
So you started off in 2014, 2016.
Yeah.
Your marketing has always been aggressive. You've always had an aggressive approach to marketing your products.
Yeah.
What inspired that? I mean, if I can remember correctly, I think you were one of the first local brands to be a sponsor, I think, for one of the international pageants here.
Yes, we've sponsored Miss
You've
Botswana.
sponsored
We've
Miss Botswana
pageants,
before,
yeah,
and like that's quite an aggressive point of
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah.
You know, you are putting yourself there forward in front of corporates,
Right.
in front of some brands that are deemed to be bullies
Big,
in
yeah.
the industry,
And big.
and some that are deemed to be
They've been
very
there
big
for
in
years,
the industry and have been there for years.
Yeah.
So, what led you to that approach? The aggressive marketing.
I think it's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I'm a very small fish in
Yeah.
this big pond, and other brands have already come, and I felt like they've already captured the market.
Yes.
And my idea was like, what can I do differently that is going to win the hearts? For me, at the time was just of Botswana.
Yeah.
I said, I have created a product for Botswana, and I'd love them to learn more about it, appreciate it, and use it.
Yes.
So the best thing that I can do is for me to be in their faces, whether they like it or not. I
Yeah.
mean, if you keep seeing something over and over and over again, then you end up asking yourself, but what is this thing? And then the curiosity in you then just says, let me just try it out anyway.
Yeah.
I remember very well that at the time I was driving a Range Rover, it was white and I painted it pink. That
Yeah.
was part of saying, hey, I
I'm
want you
here.
to ask yourself, who did that? And then after that, that's when I got another car, then I branded it. And then we started doing the mobile studio trips. That's really when we gained traction, because now we're talking to Botswana all over, not just Botswana in Gaborone or in civilized places, but everywhere. You know, so for me, marketing is very important. And at the time, people were very skeptical. They loved the product, but they were like, okay, we're buying it now, but is it there to stay? You know, 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're gone. It's not easy launching a product
No, it's
here.
not, yeah,
It's not,
yeah.
because listen, even when I launched my own product, I was like, there's people that has been using makeup for years and they're already used to this type of makeup. For you to win, I always say that if you can make it in Botswana,
Yeah.
right? Botswana market is not easy. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere in the world. That one I can tell you for sure. When it comes to brand visibility, very important. I mean, why do you don't want to mention any brands,
Yeah.
but there's big brands out there that were established before we were even born. And you find that their marketing and PR budgets are like huge.
Yeah.
And that should teach us something. For you to keep yourself relevant, you've got to be seen. You know, you've got to be in people's faces.
Yeah.
And also, what is your brand culture? Who are you speaking to?
Yes.
A person should be able to see Nora Cosmetics and identify with it. Oh, that's a brand for me. You know, especially about, like I've already said, it's specifically for African women. So you find that the foundation shades are specifically like, when you put this foundation on men, it's like your second skin.
Okay, I mean,
Okay.
I can definitely feel it.
You know, you can, and it's very,
And I look
and
it.
you look it, and it's very lightweight. For Nora Cosmetics, we are all about changing lives through beauty. So if I'm going to be changing lives, really, I have to keep my branding very clean and the culture of Nora Cosmetics very clean, because I'm all about changing people's lives.
Now, this will take me to my next one, which is your retail brand
Yeah,
resonating to your personal brand.
absolutely.
Because one thing that I've noticed, you are the face of your own product.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to also find out from you the importance of Nora,
Yeah.
as Nora, without Nora Cosmetics,
Yeah.
but you as Nora.
Definitely, you're very right. I will always be the brand ambassador of Nora Cosmetics, because Nora Cosmetics was not just built from nothing, it was built from a story, and this is a personal story.
Okay.
Okay, and if you're going to start a brand, know that people are going to buy into your story. What is your story that you are going to sell to the people? What is the
100.
story that you are going to tell the people, and they'll be like, I trust that brand. I want to use that brand because of the story that I've already heard. I do so many things, but everything at the end of the day falls into, I feel like I'm the pioneer of beauty. It falls into, at the end of the day, my purpose. It's all about changing lives through beauty.
I was shocked, you know, when
Yeah.
my makeup was getting done,
Yeah.
and she was explaining to me, this is the name of this foundation, this thing. I was like, okay, so this is actually easy, because I can just say I'm looking for Karabo, and I'll be able to be given Karabo while I'm just saying.
Yes, yes.
Instead of numbers, because we get lost, you know, CD136, that's the
Yes.
number you must buy.
Yes.
By the time we stop
caramel,
talking
or
Kilibeti,
what, yes.
you know,
Yeah.
but whereas if you say to me patience, then I know, okay, fine, so I'm gonna get there and ask for the concealer called Patience.
Right.
Now, you tell us what's the story there, because I think that's a huge marketing tool there.
Yes, so the story behind the naming of the product is I'm a woman of faith.
Yes.
And I carry my faith everywhere I go. I've been told actually that, no, when it comes to business, faith aside, but I'm like, hey, faith
No,
is the
yeah.
foundation of who I am.
True.
So because of the changing lives through beauty, so you find that the foundations are named after the powerful women in the Bible.
Uh-huh.
And there's no way you're going to forget that, honestly, because what we are saying to you is that once you find out what your name is, then you go read about it in the Bible. And I'm telling you, it's going to change you somehow.
Yes.
So the concealers are named after the fruits of the Spirit. The Bible says that you shall know them by their fruits. It's
Yes.
love, it's joy, it's peace. Even when you use it, we are hoping and praying that it will make you feel joyful.
Yeah.
You feel love, you radiate love. You find that our lipsticks, for example, they are named after the characteristics of a godly woman. There's joy, there's humble, there's bold, there's generous.
Patron.
So all those names, she's classy,
Ambitious.
she's strong,
Pure.
you know, classy.
But you know, that's a very good strategy, because it's everlasting. It's
There's
everlasting.
No way. Like, you can't forget it.
So I mean, moving forward in terms of revolutionizing your products, it's a matter of taking what Ambitious is already and just enhancing on the new technology at the time.
Yeah.
And Ambitious remains the same.
Ambitious remains the same.
Okay, so that's very powerful.
So this is a legacy. I mean, even I
Yeah,
loved it when you
definitely.
said that I'm the brand ambassador for life, and my daughter is gonna come in, and still I'll be the brand ambassador. And you know what? I actually named my daughter Nora as well, because she is the one who's carrying the legacy forward.
NJ.
You know what?
Nora Junior.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so she's Nora, and I pray that she'll give birth to another Nora and another Nora and another Nora. And you know, 50 years from now, when
True.
I'm not even there, maybe
Yeah.
they'll be able to say there's
5
a
generations
there's a
of
crazy woman who was called Nora who started this.
You are in a trillion-dollar industry.
Absolutely.
And I have no doubt that where you are going with this, you are going to be sitting on tables with men and women
Thank you.
internationally across the world.
Thank you.
You know, that are decision makers in our daily beauty routines.
Thank you.
I wish that for you. And I know this is not the end. I mean, you did tell me you're about to launch a new eyelash range.
Yeah.
And that is lovely. I look forward to that.
Yeah. Fragrances. There's a lot
Fragrances
more.
coming as
Yeah,
well. Okay,
yeah. There's
that's
a lot. There's a
interesting.
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
beauty is very broad, and
Yes.
that's the thing about having your own brand. You don't want to remain the same.
Be contained.
You
yeah.
can't be contained.
Yeah.
You have to try many, as long as it is still in the beauty industry. I mean, with Nora, we've built a name brand now.
Yeah.
We can literally,
Household brand,
it's a household
actually.
brand.
Yeah.
You can actually put Nora even on the phone and it will sell. You can put Nora anywhere, it will sell. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because I've just started with a makeup brand, that's where there's skincare that is coming.
There's
There's a
skincare,
lot
yeah.
more that is going to come.
I was just
after.
about to say, what I expect from you next is an app. We want to buy online.
Yes. It's
All right?
coming.
That's
It's
what I
coming.
expect from you next.
Yeah.
So the next time we sit and meet, I expect
Yeah.
you to say, by the way, I launched, and here it is.
Absolutely.
Where is yours?
It's gonna
No?
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say to you that Nora Cosmetics is actually one of the founding partners of the PR audit, and we are very grateful and happy to have her on board for the next coming episodes. You'll be seeing quite a few of her, and also my lady Jazz and I will always be kept looking as cute and ready for you by Nora Cosmetics. There we have it now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, my lady?
First of
Gababe.
all, I want to start off by saying, as a person that is very proud to be a woman, I can't help but always speak to the fact that I enjoy seeing female-founded anything.
Female CEOs, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of both brands.
Yes.
And the quality that they speak to. But in talking about Nora Cosmetics, you can see the intentionality. I mean, also the longevity of her brand within the local
100,
space,
yes.
right? How many brands can we speak of that are local, even outside of the beauty industry, that can speak to being around for 10 plus years, you know?
Absolutely,
So it speaks to being driven and a great deal of alignment where her brand is concerned, along with her target audience, I want to believe, right?
100%.
So what I think about Nora Beauty, very inclusive. Like, you can tell that there's a great deal, and there's a great deal of intentionality about it being an African brand, you know?
100%.
Even when she
absolutely,
speaks
yeah.
about how her brand is very complexion inclusive, and she's very cognizant of the different complexions that exist within an
Sunscreen
African
in
woman.
the foundation, yeah.
Exactly. So you can see that there's intentionality there. Very bold brand, very expressive,
Very loud.
very loud,
Very aggressive.
but what I also enjoyed is the story behind it as well,
Yeah.
and the vision for it, and the direction in which she wants to take it. I liked when she spoke about, you know, her daughter being Nora, and that the aim is to keep having other Noras that
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
And build Nora Cosmetics in that fashion.
She did. You know, and I would like to take our audience back a little bit. We all have seen the pink Range Rover back in the day.
You couldn't
And
miss it.
it
You
was
couldn't
the
miss
only
it.
one.
You
And
couldn't
we would
miss it.
all be like, but there's this girl who drives a pink Kante, it's Nora.
Yeah.
You know, she has been good. There's uniformity
Yeah.
in everything that she does. And I really like that. And it's very clean. And she is not ashamed to express herself. I mean, this is a lady who started off with a liquid foundation.
Yeah.
And look at her now. She has over 10 products, you know, from eyeshadow palettes, you know, to various foundations and
The lip glosses.
lip glosses and
yeah.
lipsticks and everything. And how she just markets and brands herself, the power in her social media.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I know you are very, very big on digital marketing.
Very much.
Yeah, so let's talk about the power that she is owning, retaining with her brand on social media.
You can tell that it's very purposeful, right? So there's a great, she has identified her own brand voice. Like you said, she's started off with this pink Range Rover. There was no missing her. So already there's a story there that she's identifying with her brand. It was the pink thing, you know? And what you get to enjoy is that she identifies with the local market because she speaks to having a brand that is affordable but doesn't skimp on the look and the feel of the product, right?
True.
From the packaging and then we get to the product itself. I've seen the what do you call it, the palette, the eyeshadow, the palette. It is highly pigmented, and you can tell that this is a quality product. I've used her lip gloss. Yes, that's the one. Highly pigmented. I've used the lip gloss, top tier quality as well. And what I like also is that there's not this over reliance on trying to portray some level of unattainability to her brand. It is easily accessible for Botswana. So her story is very real.
Very real. 100. And I like the fact that she also brings in her faith within her products. But not to say that if you are not Christian, you cannot purchase the products. No. You know, she names her products after Bible names. And I found that for a Christian woman to do, that's very bold. Nora is that bold, and I totally admire her for that.
It's different as well, right?
100%.
You typically expect caramel number 5 or
36749 that you will never remember. You know, but now with Nora, you get Priscilla, you get Angel. You know, and I totally love her. So you've heard it for yourself, guys. Katlego is indeed an astute marketer. She knows her story, and I'm glad that we're able to share our opinions on the branding and the brand positioning and PR and marketing of Nora Cosmetics. Now, I hope that someone at home who is also inspired to run their own business can take tips from here. Before we move on to Neo Beauty, I would like us to have a glimpse of our sponsor, Julie's Security Systems. Let's listen to her story as well.
I was transitioning from the financial industry services, and so this company fell on my lap. I used to be a sales consultant at Botswana, and then from there on, I worked at a brokerage. So it was very challenging, I might add, because I had no experience on the industry. So I really had to do a lot of trial and error within my learning the industry and leading the organization. I had no experience in this business, but one person who did, and with so much pride, is my father. So majority of the lessons and, you know, the heartaches, the headaches, he was able to walk me through everything. And, you know, he's been such a great pillar of strength, such a gem in terms of his brain capacity, because we do all know how well versed he is in these issues. And so it's such a pleasure that he's been able to walk me through this path for the past 4 years. I've watched him building an illustrious career in security, and so it's such an honor to serve alongside him. I love a good challenge, and I felt like very few women are in this industry, and so why not? Plus, I did have support in terms of my father, who does have background in security services, and so that helped propel a few things that I needed to learn on. Well, number one, being very secure with who you are as an individual. He does preach to us as his children and the community as well, that you really should be proud of who you are and stand for your truth. And so being in this business requires us to stand in our truth. Thirdly, to serve community. That is really why I do what I do, because I do serve a community not only with my employees, but with my clients and the locations in which that we serve. He's been operating for 4 years. Our biggest milestones in the past 4 years, we've managed to double our workforce and clientele without obtaining government tenders. So all our clients are private clients. Secondly, we are part of the first Firstpreneur program with FNB, so they mentor SMEs and cultivate the growth of SMEs. So it's been very, very insightful. My staff includes a team of lovely individuals, predominantly men, because we do service a lot of nighttime jobs, but amazing staff because we do pride employee welfare and how we operate our business. And so amazing. I truly am grateful for them and the impact that they have on the company. Well, our staff is equipped with, number one, good training, because we do believe that every security personnel should be well trained in the field. So good training is priority for our organization. Secondly, we do work hand in hand with the Botswana Police Service. So in the event that we do require them to assist us, we do call them. Thirdly, we do collaborate with a lot of security companies in case that our clients do have ties in terms of alarm and monitoring. So we do work hand in hand with those companies as well, and we ensure that both employee and client property are safe. The difference between Julie Security Services and other companies is that it's women-led, youth-led. We pride our staff, so we want to make sure that the staff is happy before the client is happy, because we understand that the staff is the backbone of the organization. And thirdly, we have a very low incident rate. Trust me when I say this, all our clients are very much satisfied. I have had 0 complaints thus far. Our goals for this year include increasing our visibility, predominantly in communities, and making them safer. So you will be seeing a lot of us doing community-based work. Do watch out for us and figure out how you can make your community safe in partnership with us, Julie Security Services. Julie Security Services currently provides guarding services. That is what we specialize in. So if you need a guard for your property, for your home, your farm, your construction site, we're the right people to contact. Call us on 740-44147. Our email in small letters, jss.services20@gmail.com, or go to Facebook. Julie Security Services is our handle. The challenges we have faced, or that I have faced, will come from a more of an operational background, because remember, I had 0 experience with this business, so I had to learn as I was going. So having to understand how the industry works and navigating that. Secondly, how to treat staff, because remember, I used to be part of staff, now I was leading staff, so I had to learn how to relate and treat staff and ensure that they're happy, and I'm also happy with how we're working together. Thirdly, which is the bane of every SME's existence, late payments. We do have an issue with clients who don't pay well or don't pay on time, as well as having to undercharge. So I feel like now I'm at a position where I can now charge, because I've earned my right to have a bit of a more steep price point. But yeah, one memorable moment or moments that have put me where I'm at and pushed me to continue with what I'm doing is the gratitude and the grace my employees give me. I think that is unmatched. I always receive such amazing compliments because I do thrive to be an employer of choice. And so seeing my employees happy and thriving, that really warms my heart and propels me to continue pushing forward. Funny story, people used to call me Julie. I'm thinking that the company name is named after me, but in actual fact, Julie Security Services was a shelf company. My name is not Julie, my name is Zidintle. So it's always a very funny story to piggyback off when clients or potential employees are making contact.
Now that's another female CEO that we just had on screen. A young Botswana woman who runs her own security company. It's almost unheard of that such a young woman who's under 35, is operating her own security company.
Not very typical, is it?
Not very typical. And yes, she is my little sister, but you know what? I'm going to give her flowers right now.
Yeah.
Well done, and thank you for being a sponsor Now we are moving right ahead to my sit down with Neo Beauty. Take a look. Dumelang Botswana, ono ke ngwana lona morwa mokgware Karabo, as you know me. So today on set we have the also beautiful Manel, Miss Neo. Yes, and Mama studying ngwanyana wa the lipsticks. We are all about beauty, we are all about perfection, and we are all about women in power, and we are all about women in entrepreneurship. And when we speak women in entrepreneurship, we are also speaking about the engines behind branding, marketing, PR, and all things communications. So on this episode, we'll be speaking to Neo about Neo Beauty.
Neo Beauty.
Say,
Neo Beauty.
Neo Beauty.
Yes, my name is Neo. The product is called Neo Beauty.
Oh, shame.
Neo meaning new.
Shame on us and the rest of you guys. Okay,
Neo
so tell us.
meaning new. So, I mean, I think as we go on, we're going to speak about the fact that, in actual fact, I'm not a beautician. I run a marketing consultancy called Neo Marketing.
Okay.
Neo Beauty is the first product, in-house product of Neo Marketing. And Neo in this case meant new unconventional ways of marketing.
New unconventional ways
Yes.
of marketing.
So you
Okay.
know that Neo is my name, it's a Botswana name, Neo, but Neo in English means new. So new beauty in this case, you know.
I kind of feel like the confusion was purposeful. You wanted to check us. You wanted to check us.
I wanted to start a product line called Neo Beauty.
I love it.
It just so happened to be spelled like my name.
But you know what? It all works. And this is the beauty about personal branding, and this is the beauty about product branding and, you know, PR and communications marketing. This is why I love this, guys. You know, and this is why I can never leave this industry, man, because of such, you know, unconventional ways and, you know, unconventional thoughts.
Yes.
So tell me here now, when was the inception of Neo Beauty and how did it come about, sorry?
As I said, I run a consultancy, Neo Marketing. My superpower is to take brands to market. That's what I do. I'm able to take brands and take them to market and sell them to Botswana and beyond borders and wherever. That's what I do. That's what I'm gifted at. That's what I studied for, and that's what I've been doing for the past 2 decades of my life. But then, you know, Neo Beauty became a passion of some sort because when I was growing up, I'm still very anemic. I was very anemic. I had very pale looking lips and people would diss me. Hey, what I mean, we've got Neo Beauty. You can wear some. You know, and they'll diss me about my lips. And a lot of other great people would offer me gloss or Vaseline, but it wouldn't work because I'm anemic. It's the pigmentation. So it's because I lack hemoglobin and whatever. So I always had this dream, or you know what, this bullying and whatever. One day I'm gonna have a lipstick brand. This was back in high school, actually junior school, when I was growing up, and I thought I'm going to have my own lipstick brand. And it kept growing on me as I went to UB, you know, now it's more like I started buying myself the lip glossing and and then I also have very sensitive skin. So I'd react to some of them. And you know, one day I'm going to have my own lipstick brand. Yeah, but then the consultancy came first. I became a marketer first, and then started a consultancy called Neo Marketing. And then eventually now when I was settled, I thought it's time for that dream to come back. And that's when I went shopping for micro-biologists.
So you saying you then went shopping for microbiologists tells me that the invention of whatever concept or product or how do you like the ingredients tse di mo lipsticking?
I normally call it recipe. Yes.
Recipe mo lipsticking.
It's ours.
It's ours. Original.
Originally, it's
Yes.
ours. We can confidently tell you that nobody has that recipe because it's
Danko.
patented.
Yes.
It's patented. It's something that we came up with. I told them this is what I want the lipstick to do for me. I want it to be matte, and it doesn't come off when I drink some water. I want
No
it
stains?
to. I don't want it to stain anybody, but I also don't want to react because I'm sensitive.
Yes.
So let's make it hypoallergenic, and I don't want it to use any products from animals because I want it to be vegan.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
we sat there and they're like, oh, okay.
Botswana, listen. I know we are still very far from understanding the language of vegan, but I think it's part of our new lifestyle, and it's now incorporated even in daily product usage,
Yeah.
lipsticks, makeup, hair products.
Yes.
So, I would like to tap in more on the vegan part of it, moving forward as to what it exactly means, because some people just don't understand. When you say it the way you're saying it, that they're going to think, oh my goodness, she thinks, oh no, what is she trying to prove? But yeah, there is something to prove out of it, actually. So, now you will divulge more information on that.
No, I sure will, and you are very right. In the sense that when we go into product development, about lipstick, really Botswana, you need to understand that you're not just creating for your own people. You're not only just creating for your own country. Well, maybe I'm different. I have dreams of this product going beyond borders, continents outside and whoever. So I need to then find a way of being inclusive to making sure that it caters to other markets, not just Botswana.
I love that, yeah.
Yeah. So
but I
that's
want
the
to
vision.
know, that's the vision. That's the direction we are taking. That's the mission.
That's the mission.
In terms of your marketing and branding strategy, I understand locally right now, you don't yet have a studio, right? But you do have your products, Kobo Square Mat.
In other shops, yes.
And other shops,
yeah.
I get it. Moving internationally now, we see it all the time where brands can win the heart of clients and audience through TikTok in particular. Facebook, not so much. I think Botswana is one of the few countries that is still Facebook, but sorry Meta, but we are reaching we've reached an era where another platform has come out to be so powerful. And I've seen your TikTok presence. I know you get the likes. I know you get the views. So with that vision and mission of reaching that international target audience, what's your strongest medium of communication and brand placement?
So it's because I'm a marketer, probably. I don't normally say there's a single platform that would work or a single medium of communication that would work. I believe in holistic approach. I believe in using both traditional, both digital and PR and everything else that we get ourselves a hold on. When it comes to international, you mentioned something very powerful. You said I don't have a studio. The plan is not to have a studio. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not planning to have people walking in to do their makeup. I just want to push the product because I know the quality of the product that I'm trying to push. So what we did is we stuck to what we know best, which is to market the product and to take it to market. But then we then signed a contract. We went again shopping for a distributor, somebody who is then able to take us into different stores. Like currently you're going to see us now this week, I think in your Pharma Sibilis, Pharma Acacia, Pharma whatever, very soon in your Discams and stuff like that. Because there's somebody specifically who is taking this product to those shops, and not only in Botswana, but in different countries as well. You'll be shocked actually. I think we're breaking the market outside much more than Botswana. We have an order of 4,000 in Kenya.
Guys, I've always said, when they say, your friends are not your clients.
Your friends are not your clients.
That's beat up for you.
Your home is not your clients. That's and you know what? It's something that I've learned over time.
Yes.
That when you start a business, you're not doing it for the people that know you.
True.
You are doing it for the world. So you need to make sure that you study how the world works, the demands that are out there in the world, and try to cater for that, because that's where you're going.
Absolutely, you are 100% correct. And I'm just going to add on to that and agree with you to say, when we speak about you finding an independent distributor to then take the product and push it out, and you using the holistic approach of advertising and marketing and sales, other than you thinking to yourself, no, aggression is always the best. Communication in marketing, it's actually not always the best. I mean, it can work for some brands. I mean, we've seen it.
It works
but
for
then
other
also,
brands,
I think with you, you've been very clear to say the purpose and the focus here is to push the brand. It's about the product. It's about the product more than anything. I'm not looking at trying to be fancy with it. I know exactly the objective. I know exactly where I want to go with it. With your strategy and with you employing a business development person to be in charge of that particular thing for the product is paying off. I mean, 4,000 units, you said.
In Kenya.
In Kenya. And this is Kenya alone.
Yes, this is Kenya alone.
This is amazing.
And this is the original stock. Imagine what happens if maybe people grab it from the shelves as quick as they want. They'll probably be ordering more. Later now we need to make sure we are ready for those volumes, because we're not even prepared for those kind of volumes. Yeah. So for me, that's the most important. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't even know how to apply makeup.
Okay.
You know, I had to employ people who helped me, like I said, microbiologists, to help me come up with this product. I acted as a customer. This is what I want, and then I was the guinea pig. This is how I wanted to feel, because I'm a lipstick person. This is how I want, from the research that we did, this is how women want lipstick to be like. I want to apply it and not worry that it's coming off when I'm eating, when I'm kissing a boy. You know, it stays, you know, stuff like that. So then we took all that, and then the people that know how to do the things and make the pots made the thing for us. So now what we're trying to do is that, you know what, there's this great product, experience it, use it. Whether you are a makeup artist, whether you are an individual who's just going to work and living your everyday life, use it. All we are trying to do is make it available for you at your convenience.
Okay, but now we've gotten over the production phase of the product. Now let's get to the branding. Let's get to the look and feel. I mean, you know, these are quite unique. You know, like it's a cute little glass. You know, you can see
That
the
looks
color
like a lipstick
and
inside, but it's
the-
liquid.
But it's liquid. If I can.
Bula, please. It's
Ah, batho ba
liquid.
Modimo. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
let's talk about this, because we know the importance of packaging. We know the importance of branding. What's the inspiration? What was the inspiration behind this type of branding and packaging? And yeah, I mean, this is international standards.
It's beautiful, yeah.
You know, it's really cute.
If I
it's
do
beautiful.
say so myself.
You know, next to it, Karabo Fenty Beauty.
Yes.
You know, Karabo Kylie Jenner. Yeah. So,
Hey, I looked at Bonebo Rihanna. You know, a lady who sings, and you know, this is how she does, and she exercises excellence. I think if you were to talk to people that I work with, they'll tell you that I love excellence. Because maybe I'm a branding professional, brand and marketing professional. I love minimalistic, great looking brands. I'm inspired by brands worldwide that do things properly. So when it comes to branding, we could never have gotten it wrong on branding, because that's what I do now. So the branding bit, that's what I do. There was never going to be a day that this brand was not going to be perfect, because branding is my language.
Branding is your language.
Yeah.
Branding is your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. And this is why what I really, really love about your brand. And this is why we felt that, you know what, she is the right person to have on this launching episode, because she encompasses everything that this topic is about. You are a marketing guru. This is a communications podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we can't have anyone else, you know, other than you to join us in the near future to
Yeah.
discuss
I'd
other
love to,
brands
yeah.
and for us to audit and diagnose strategies moving forward. So, in closing, I want you to give words of encouragement and inspiration to young women out there, you know, who've had a certain dream, just like you, from junior school, and it followed them all the way to senior school, all the way to varsity. And even after they've, you know, been in corporate, and even after they've been on the streets hustling like all of us, they still went back, revisited their dream and said, listen here, I want to pursue and I would like to move forward. Because they are there, you know. I'm pretty sure you've already inspired quite a few women, young ladies, young men as well. So, words of inspiration, words of encouragement.
One of the things that I've noticed about my people is that we normally think that to do business you have to know it all. I think we need to start embracing the fact that you need destiny helpers in your life. You need people who are really good at doing something to help you in developing your dream. Right now I'm sitting across from you, Karabo. I mean, it's not just the podcast benefiting. I'm benefiting because, you know, you're taking me out there. You are my destiny helper. You and Jess are my destiny helpers because you're spreading the message about what I'm trying to do. And life is about that. Make sure you meet the people that can help you take a step and another step, then another step, and that's how it works. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to try to be the jack of all trades. Try to find the best people in everything that they do, and then now try to make sure that they work for you in putting together something of quality.
That's how it is.
That's how it is. If you know when you are brilliant and maybe coming up with an innovation or technology, you are not a marketer. Marketing.
Thank you.
You came up with a great soap, Murula, or whatever. Call somebody else who can help you come up with packaging that soap so that it appeals to the outer markets. You don't have to be the one to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's not be scared to reach out and call professionals to help us so that we can be the best.
Lutuile. And you've heard for yourselves, Botswana and cross country, across the continent. You know, let's collaborate. It's all about collaborations, and I'm looking forward to what Neo Beauty, you know, is gonna come up with in the future. I'm pretty sure, and I hope that lipsticking, you know, this is a beautiful brand. It's amazing. You know, I want those liquid eyeliners. I want those perfumes. I want those diffusers. I want those, you know, body mists. You know, I want those hairspray. What the hair colognes?
Hair colognes.
These days are hair colognes. just said to me that the other day. She's like, you need to buy me a hair perfume. I'm like, what the hell, Jazz?
That's perfume for hair.
Okay, fine. We live to learn every day. But this is the beauty of it all. Thank you so much, Noah, for your time. And we look forward to having you again. God bless in all your business endeavors. And we shall see you on the other side.
And congrats to you and Jess.
Thank
this
you.
is long overdue. You know, the
Thank
PR
you so
audit
much.
is long overdue. I'm so proud that you guys got around to doing it. And
we are the first.
And I'll be coming back here, baby. You know this. And we'll be discussing the great brands that we admire.
Is she just not so beautiful?
Very pretty.
Our colleague.
I would like to think that the lipstick she's wearing is from her brand. It looks very good.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
I mean, she created this brand, you know, for herself. Like you heard, there's a story behind the creation of this brand. She just didn't wake up one day and say, I'm creating Neo Beauty.
Yeah.
There's a story behind it. And I like the fact that she had a dream.
Yeah.
And she's had this dream and she followed through with it, you know, from high school to varsity till now.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, give it to us.
I liked the look. I'm a believer that for any brand to really have momentum and build momentum in any market, it needs to have a story, like you said.
100.
And one then appreciates where it's coming from, and where she would like to see it go. What I enjoyed was the fact that the product is vegan. You know, very new age, and so it
Very
speaks
new
to
age,
the
yeah.
Neo, because she said Neo is new.
Neo
It's
is
new
new,
beauty,
yeah.
right? And what better way than to introduce a brand that is vegan, especially in the world we live in now, where we're a lot more conscious about what we put on our skin and
100, yeah.
and how we engage with any brand that might not be friendly in that fashion. So I do like that she focuses on that part of the story, and how she started this brand because of something she had a problem with, right?
Yeah. She's anemic.
Anemic, yeah.
And the intentionality of creating the product, having to get a qualified microbiologist, you know, to create this product specifically for people that are living with that illness.
Very intentional, very intentional. And also there's a great deal of a lifestyle flair to it, right?
She's a marketer after all.
Yeah, no, she did actually, right?
Yeah, she is.
So her brand is very aspirational, very fresh.
Yeah.
I see her quite a lot on social media. In fact, just I think last week I got to see her product at an event where she was
Standing
showcasing
lifestyle,
yes,
music and lifestyle.
yeah, and she had
Such a
her own
picture
store
listed,
there.
yeah.
Very nice. And you can see also the intentionality with how they set up the store.
Yes.
So you can tell that she's not so much focused on being overly localized. She has a brand that she wants to take to the world.
100%.
Very, very, very good
Yeah,
approach.
no, you are very right about that. I was impressed with the 4,000 units in Kenya.
Yeah,
Already, you know, for a
exactly.
brand for a local brand that is under 2 years old, you know, that's a big win.
Yeah,
You know, that's a big win. And everywhere you go, you find it. Square Mart, you'll find it. Pharmacies, you'll find it. So, I mean, and now let's get to these two ladies. Nora is Nora Cosmetics. Neo is Neo Beauty. But, you know, if you don't know that it's called Neo, you'll say it's Neo Beauty.
Yeah. It's like a play on her name, I guess.
I mean, we do have international brands like Iman and Bobbi Brown, the Kardashians, you know, you name it. By long they would name, you know, they've given their brands, you know, their own identity.
Yeah.
Now, in this side of the world,
Yeah.
that can pose as a challenge because
we tend to make it seem like it's obnoxious or something.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I would just like to hear from you as an experienced marketer, and what do you think about this, and where do you think, you know, we should go with it? Because I personally would encourage a lot of people to, you know, name their products and services after their names. Come on, guys, that's your identity.
Look, I mean, I enjoy that only also because if you look at good examples, there's no Tesla without Elon Musk. There's no Jeff Bezos without Amazon, right? So you kind of get to see that the rest of the world picks up on the fact that there's nothing as great as tying your brand to who you are. Have a personal brand that is tied to your brand. And that's what these ladies have done. The minute you do that, you're also opening it up to kind of curate the narrative of your story around your product,
100%,
right?
yeah.
So if you're a fanatic about Tesla, how do you... There's no misalignment. You get to know Elon Musk, you get to know Tesla.
Yeah.
You get to know Neo, you get to know Neo.
You get to know V, you get to know,
yes,
you know,
yeah,
his brands that won't mention.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's it.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know about his water, you know about, you sell better when you can speak about something that is tuned to your story.
I fully agree. And I would like to encourage Botswana out there and other viewers that, guys, let's not bash brands. simply because they are branded or named after the actual person. I mean,
Yeah.
if I wanted to, I would have named this podcast Karabo.
Yeah.
You know, because Karabo means answer.
Yeah.
In Zulu, it's mpendulo. And you know what? That's relatable to so many languages.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, because it is what it is.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think from a marketing perspective, I understand why one would do this.
Yeah.
You know, name a brand after themselves somewhat. I know Neo made Neo Beauty. Now corrected to say it's Neo.
She checked me
she
right
checked
there.
you. But I like it because, like I said, it feels like a play on her name.
100,
But at the same
yeah.
time, it's about understanding that anytime you put your name onto something, you'll definitely want to make it work,
We
right?
have to make it work.
Let's step away, I think, as Botswana from trying so hard to not be associated with what we do, because what will people think? How will people view me?
We need to kill that mindset.
Yeah, put yourself out there, man.
Put yourself out there. And remember, your buyer, your follower is never going to be the friend you kiki with. Never. You know, it's going to be...
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So don't you worry about no man. Don't worry about that, Wena. Just be bold. You know, I'm sure you have learned quite a lot from these two brands, and just from what Gaborone and myself have laid out on the table for you guys. So having said that, I would like to close off by introducing our last sponsor, Nexus TerraVision. He runs a construction supply company, another young Botswana who's driven and doing well for himself.
I am Thabo. I'm the co-founder of Nexus TerraVision. Yeah, we do ceilings and partitions. We're in retail market, so we've been running all along. And we've been doing well, though there was ups and downs, but still we're doing great in our business. And Nexus TerraVision, it's a name. It's funny how it came to me, because I wanted something unusual, something that is not there, something that people, when they hear the name, they'll ask a question about what is it all about? Because most of the people, they think maybe it's all about PR, like you're doing, and it's all about offices, but they don't know that it's something that it's a company called Ira Construction. So I wanted that, so that when you give a business name, it should be a name that will make someone have some question to ask. Okay, what does that company mean? What does it do? So curiosity. So yeah, so it's a name that it came to me, and I was like, okay, Nexus. I was just Googling, and then I saw it, and I was like, I Googled it, and furthermore, and I was like, okay, I love this name, and then I used it. When we get to that one for marketing, firstly, Neki Tirela, and then I invented from someone Mungabantaro, okay, Thabo, I can help you on this. And then he's the one who's doing all the master's designs and everything. Now all I do is approve and boost on Facebook and TikTok, so that they may get more viewers, so people, they can see it. My marketing strategy has improved since I started posting on Facebook and TikTok. Yeah. So in business-wise, it has helped me to grow my respect around attracting clients. It has really helped me, because I didn't even think social media and TikTok will help me and everything. But since I started doing that strategy, it really worked, and it has grown, and more followers and more viewers as I've been seeing them, and a lot of inquiries from Facebook and TikTok. I've been receiving them quite a lot. I decided to sponsor Karabo's podcast because their voices can help my business to grow.
Yeah, so you've just witnessed our other sponsor, Thabo, from Nexus TerraVision.
Yeah.
I really like it. Bana ba Botswana, they are coming out.
Yes.
And exploring themselves and using social media as a strong form of communication to put themselves out there. And they're doing it right, because I feel they are just not drawing inspiration from what they see locally, but these are youngsters who are willing and are intentional about that growth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so having said that as well, let's touch on what our two case studies can do moving forward to grow bigger.
Yeah.
For them to create a larger reach. Yes, I understand one of them is in, the field that we are doing, but we are not here, guys, to crush anyone, to disrespect anybody. Disclaimer.
These are brands we respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, what do you have in mind?
I think for me, one of the things that stood out to me, or rather maybe might not have been communicated well, might be from the Nora Cosmetics perspective, I feel there's an extreme over-reliance on the locality of it, the localized view of the brand. You don't get a sense of understanding of the bigger picture, right? Whereas are we going global? Are we is that the look, or are we keeping it in a localized fashion? And then also there's a sense or a feeling that it doesn't necessarily speak to being overly opulent, and therefore maybe how it is sold to the everyday Botswana needs to be a lot more maybe aspirational as well. But I definitely do enjoy the fact that the approach starts with an outlook of complexions that are local. Where are we going though?
And affordability.
Affordability.
100%. Yeah. I've actually had a conversation with her regarding that. What's her intention? In terms of reaching out to other global markets out there, and she does. She does have a plan, I believe, but we shall see it happen. But just like you say, definitely. If a brand or when a brand is on that journey, it becomes quite visible. And I did advise her. I said to her, I would like to see Nora Cosmetics on an app, so that we are able to purchase online. That's one other way of reaching international markets. It's just not about you taking 4,000 units to another country, but make your brand accessible through digital sales platforms.
Yeah. No, for sure.
100.
It makes it ease of access,
True that.
And then from the Neo Beauty perspective, you can tell that they're very brand driven, 100%, brand and identity driven. But I think that there's a generic positioning a little bit that might not necessarily speak to, not even a generic position, there's a position that might not speak to everyone. Right? So it might seem a lot more lax or a lot more. So the message to get it out to speak to maybe even the pricing and whatnot might need to come out a lot more, so that one doesn't feel like this is a brand that is unattainable. But 100% enjoy her product. And I think I enjoy seeing their journey as well, especially on social media and the events that I've seen them be a part of.
100%. Both ladies have actually been very busy. I mean, it's only the 6th month of the 5th, 6th month of the year.
Yeah.
But
you see them everywhere.
You see them everywhere, almost every week. They're really busy. And also, I would like to say to them, well done, ladies, well done, Neo, well done, Nora, for also contributing to the economy and, making sure that you guys contribute to employment of young men and women, because we can see just by the number of stuff that you guys have that there is growth and we are getting somewhere. So thank you so much for
all
that.
All the best, ladies.
And all the best. We totally love you. And Katlego will get to enjoy your products.
Yes.
I did gift her some and she'll get to enjoy them. Now, to the rest of our viewers, if you'd like to get a hold of any of these products, I will also be giving away 3 of these Neo Beauty lipsticks, as well as a Nora Cosmetics palette, blush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lipstick, as well as a, what's this, a foundation? Yeah, a foundation.
Yeah.
So, our social media for you guys to know how to enter so you guys can win some of these fabulous products. All right, my friend. I cannot be more thankful
Thank you
for you to have come here and embraced us, and being part of my community. So guys, I would like you to also follow Holo Consultants
on all social
on
media
all
platforms.
social media platforms, and you can engage further with her on those platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to the next episode. Be on the lookout on all our social media platforms on what is coming up next. Thank you, and I love you guys. Bye-bye.